with Fernando Alonso.
It was like a bomb that exploded within the team.
I'm Pete Tong, and this is Sport's Strangest Crimes, Spygate. Listen on BBC Sounds.
OK, let's talk to some England and Wales fans here with me in the suit today. Supporting England, James and Adam. Supporting Wales, Neil and Will. How are we all feeling? All right?
Yeah, we're confident today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Confident too?
Fairly.
Fairly?
We've seen both sides of England
convinced.
so far, so hopefully better today.
How about the Wales fans?
I think we're confident of a stronger performance than we showed against Iran, and nothing's impossible. I think that's where we're going into today. It's certainly like to think that the opportunity is there.
Thing is, it's kind of there's nothing to lose for Wales, is there?
No, I really don't think there is anything to lose at this point. If we don't get a win, then we're out regardless.
Yeah.
So, there's no point in not pushing for something, or at least, giving a good demonstration of how we can play tonight.
Well, that's sort of what I was driving at with Gareth Bale. I understand why he didn't want to answer the question, but you've got to go out and attack tonight, haven't you?
I think we also need to learn lessons from the Iran game, where I almost feel like we tried to attack too much. I feel like there was particularly in the second half, a feeling that it almost felt like the team felt that they had to win that game. That was the winnable game, and that to qualify from the group we have to win, and therefore it almost became a bit of a gung-ho approach, and we got
like they were trying to force it a bit,
and we got picked off as a result. And I think tonight is the opportunity to go back to take the chances when they're there, but really go back to the way Wales play, which is solid defensive, not necessarily defensive, but strong, solid foundation, and then be calm in those moments and take those chances.
How many changes do you think we'll see from the England squad or the England team tonight?
I think I'll be starting Phil Foden for sure, just to change it up a little bit. We've played 2 games with the same 11 now. It's a long tournament, if you're here for 4 weeks, so probably 3 or 4 changes tonight, I'd expect.
And would you start Harry Kane?
I would start Harry Kane, yeah. He is our talisman. If he's not scoring goals, he does provide a lot of, his hold-up play is brilliant. He does a lot more for the team than just score goals. I think we've got some good players waiting if he doesn't play.
He does look, particularly against the USA, he looked a bit leggy, didn't he?
He did a bit. Like James said, it's a tournament. You've got to play your players. You've got to rotate a bit. But he is still our main man. We're not through this group. We've got to get a result tonight.
Bit of boost for Wales if Harry Kane doesn't start, I think.
Yeah, I think as they've just mentioned, he is their talisman. And it's a bit like when Wales play and Gareth Bale doesn't play. You always sense that the opposition feel that that's a positive thing, and so I think it would certainly spur them on. But let's not forget that England have a very strong squad and very capable and great players who can come in Harry Kane's absence.
What did you make of Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey against Iran?
They weren't great. No. I'd be lying if I said they were anything but great. But even despite being poor, I feel like they still have a lot to offer. And I feel like in a game like the one tonight, I feel like they are players who can do magical moments in matches, as we've seen, from qualifying when we played Ukraine, when we played Austria. I think they are still capable of, giving a good performance for Wales. And I think as long as we're good defensively, I think they can deliver something.
Gareth Southgate has come in for a bit of criticism for playing it safe. What kind of approach do you expect from him tonight against Wales? Because a win takes England through top of the group. A draw would be fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't sort of need to necessarily go for it.
No, we know Southgate's a negative manager. We've seen that many times over the years, particularly in big games. We are okay when we're a lot better than the opposition, like we was against Iran, where you can put the front 3 forward and just let them run riot. I think if you take the handbrake off, we should be okay tonight, yeah.
But I suppose the thing about Iran, I agree that England were much better than Iran, but Iran, I think their heads weren't in that game, because you look at how Iran played against Wales, they were much, much better, weren't they?
Yeah, there was. I thought Iran would be our toughest test, so I was really pleased when we put 6 past them. give me some optimism for the tournament. After last Friday, that's dwindled a little bit, so we'll see what we get tonight.
What did you make of the US team?
I think they're probably on a par with Iran, so I was expecting a similar sort of game against both of them. But the US team, they made it very tough for us, and then they did attack us as well. Truth be told, they're probably the better team. They should probably have beaten us.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty disastrous for us if we'd have lost that, but we managed to get the point, which is fine. We never stroll through tournament groups. We just never do this. So 4 points from the 2 games. Yeah,
You take that before
we
the
do
tournament,
take that.
probably,
We're in a
would you?
very strong position with our goal difference as well.
Yeah. Speaking to Rob Page and listening to him at the press conference yesterday, one thing that came through very clearly is that he is just a bit disappointed that Wales haven't shown the best of themselves. They haven't given a good account of themselves. They haven't played the football that they can play. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I think we very much. I've been at the games, and without doubt, we haven't shown what we've shown in qualifying and the capability of why we qualified for this tournament. And I think you see, naive is a very strong word that we see thrown around, but we were all super proud of the fact that we're here at a World Cup for the first time in 64 years. I don't think to say that maybe at times we've been naive. It is almost obvious. It's almost it's not a negative word to say. It is the truth. And I think that I mentioned already in the Iran game where it felt almost like we forced having to try and win that game. I think that negated our strengths at times, which is to play the ball around, look for those opportunities, and then unlock those magical moments.
I suppose in the first half against the US, Wales looked a bit sort of overawed, and Rob Page obviously put a rocket out of them at half time. They came out and played much better in the second half, but then in the Iran game, you didn't build on that. Like, you didn't really. It just looked like you weren't at the races, and it's sort of, how is he going to get them up for this game?
Well, I think obviously the fact that it's against England will have a sort of motivational factor.
Yeah.
But I think he could do well to remind them of how we played in the second half against the USA, because that was a sensational performance in the second half. If we'd come out starting like that, then I think we would have won that game easily. But you don't want to be fixated on the Iran game in the build-up to this one, with your Rob Page, because it's just such a negative feeling from that one, and because we know we can play better than that. And the team know they can play better than that. And, you saw people like Bale and Ramsey were, very disappointed after the game on Friday. And, I feel like that will play a motivational factor coming into this one.
Quickly, score prediction for tonight?
1-0 Wales.
1-0 Wales.
3-0 England.
3-0 England.
2-1 England.
2-1 England.
1-1.
1-1. Don't want 1-1. Nice speaking to you all. I think you're going to stick with us, actually. It's nice hearing to see you, might as well. It's England fans James and Adam, and Wales fans Neil and Will. It's 26 minutes past 6. Oh, it's me again. Yeah, fair enough.
I think you were
I
gonna
was
have a
sort of
chat
every
about
now and again.
Brazil.